We make our way a couple of steps down the corridor before Lyle speaks.
He seems a bit eccentric.
You can't just call people that. He's just green. I take a seat on one of the benches nearby and rest my head against the back of the wall. I like him. He winks. That's it.
How do you do that?
I can't do that. I don't understand. Lyle sits down next to me, lifting his tail so that he doesn't sit on it.
I don't know. I don't trust him. Ooh.
He crosses his arms and looks at me.
He seems like a man of motives.
like an ambassador.
Flattery.
Is it because he's a cat?
No, it's not because he's a cat. That's a bit rude, you know.
Don't assume
He has an annoyed look on his face. I was only joking, but I'm sorry.
It's fine. I actually enjoy cats. They're good at making conversation. Oh,
but not this one.
Just all cats share this talent.
That is, I'm assuming that he's talking about like domestic cats, like in a cute way. Well, I don't know. It's also
he's just this lonely old cat lady of a gay guy.
That was the like cute interpretation I was going, but also because I'm not sure. It feels like a little questionable in a anthro setting to say like, oh, the cats, they're very good at talking. It's like, what does that mean?
As a race?
Yes. Like we all talk. We're animals that talk.
As we talk, I notice two guards pacing down the hallway with their helmets under their shoulders. One is an eagle who looks like he is in his early 30s, and the other is an old, large bear with a beard. They're wearing the same type of armor as Lyle. When they get close enough, the bear nudges the eagle, looking in Lyle's direction. Making helmets for the setting has to be so annoying. Like everyone has a completely different head. He whispers something in the eagle's ear, which makes the eagle chuckle. They get closer, so I decide to stare at the wall and pretend I'm lost in thought. I'd like to avoid drawing any attention. Lyle watches them as they pass.
Gentlemen.
Captain!
The eagle addresses Lyle, but the bear pays him no mind. Lyle gives a nod, and they both continue moving down the hallway. Wonder what that was all about. His silence seems very forced.
As I was saying.
He bends over, resting an elbow on his knee, and begins to speak in a more hushed voice.
You can't just blindly put your trust into people like him.
I know that. I never said I trusted him. I said I just think he seems nice. And what do you mean by that?
By what?
People like him.
It's not like that. I meant ambassadors and diplomats.
I give him plenty of time to let those words settle in before talking. Lyle, I'm an ambassador.
Yeah, I mean, but you're not. You don't. I trust you, though. And I know you won't make me regret it.
I'm taken aback by this and can't think of what it is to what to say at first. Lyle, I thank you for putting your trust in me. I'm just here to help. He stands up and looks down at me.
I know. You're not like the others.
I get up too and carry on with walking down the hallway. Lyle catches up to me and matches his pace with mine.
Hey, I want to show you something really cool.
Zzz. What is it?
You'll see. Follow me.
I wanted to dispute this at first, but I shrug my shoulders and follow him down the halls. We stroll down a corridor, overlooking a courtyard, and up ahead there's an exit that leads outside. Lyle picks up his pace, practically speed-walking. He reaches the archway and turns around, standing there waiting for me to catch up. I reach the opening and look outside.
City, huh?
We got a new background.
That's you. Ready?
That raised walkway. This whole thing is sort of terraced, like a rice farm. The left side also drops down again.
That's a little bit tumultuous for a garden. Like, it'll break your fucking kneecaps. Take a wrong turn.
Yep, stay on the path. Look, don't touch. Who's gonna get all those apples though? Or whatever they are. They're all over the place, no one's picking them up. The cold fall wind lightly whips my face, and I'm found staring at a beautiful garden. Smooth, round stones and berry bushes line the dirt path. Each berry is red and shining, almost as big as cherry tomatoes. The entire garden is surrounded by stone walls and large, thick trees. This place feels more natural than most gardens, like a serene sanctuary. Birds chirp and wind blows through the trees, causing leaves to dance to the ground. The pond off the path has a strange green glow to it, as if there are lights at the bottom. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, wow.
Welcome to my favorite place in the castle.
It's beautiful out here.
The weather usually fares better this time of day.
He's right. The cold isn't that bad under the warm sunlight. I guess I should enjoy moments like this before the weather becomes too cold.
Oh, here.
We walk over to one of the berry bushes and he plucks one of them.
Try one of these.
Oh, I take the berry and put it in my mouth. Instantly, it bursts with flavor in my mouth. It's not necessarily the best taste, but it feels good on my tongue. Like a tingling feeling.
Am I allergic?
Am I dying? Just very suggestive. Just take this. Oh, it burst in my mouth, and it doesn't necessarily taste great, but it has a feeling on my tongue.
Jesus.
The berry was cold, which is good because I like my fruit cold. That was pretty good. A smile breaks out on his face, and he pops a berry in his mouth.
Yeah, they're great. Raynar absolutely loves them.
Really?
Yeah. Though I'm pretty sure the taste is better for those who don't eat meat. Sometimes he'll take walks through the gardens and pick berries to bring them up to his room in a basket.
He doesn't eat meat?
He made the turkey for us. He didn't eat any at the dinner.
That was so much fucking turkey.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's how nice he is.
Wasteful.
It's
Wasting
considered we did
turkey.
waste food.
They grow really fast, so we always have plenty. Also, all the fruit in the garden is unaffected by winter, so we don't have to worry about them.
That's convenient.
That's
What
convenient.
the fuck? So I just said that.
Uh-huh. Getting called out.
What the
Jericho.
What the
Oh.
fuck?
Ogami.
Okay.
Now that he mentions it, I was wondering why the fruit was still on the tree on its trees. Especially since it snowed a couple times while I was here. Of course, it wasn't enough snow to be bad. It snows much more up in the mountains. Thinking about the snow in the mountains eventually causes my mind to dwell on the avalanche. I try to push it out of my mind, but a horrible feeling of dread begins to overwhelm me. I can tell it's apparent on my face because Lyle notices.
What's wrong?
It's nothing. My mind has just been racing lately.
How so?
I don't know, sometimes I'll catch myself talking to people, but I'm not even paying attention to them. My ears register the noise of their words, but all I hear are my thoughts.
Honey, you have ADHD.
I was about to say, like, this is just
I'm like,
ADHD.
don't call me out like that.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm reading a visual novel, but I start thinking about something else, even though I'm still saying the words out loud. One of the indicators that one of the many signs that make me think I have ADHD is just the part where I can fucking sit here and like read something to an audience. And as far as I know, I did it correctly, but sometimes for like 30 seconds, my mind can just leave the subject and I'm still going. And I'm like, well, I hope I did it right, because I just realized I blanked for a little while there, even though I was actively doing it. I'm like, I can read without
something
reading.
And feel like you have to reread it because you're like, I said all that out loud and I don't remember any of it.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll be like, trying to quickly like glance and I'm like, oh fuck. Reading codex entries and stuff. I didn't even know that was possible. How the fuck am I reading it out loud and not reading it? It's like new skill unlocked after a few thousand hours of doing it for Let's Plays for the last decade. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? How is it possible? I don't understand. And they aren't happy thoughts. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, sometimes. But that's not what's actually bothering you, is it? It's deeper than that.
How could you tell?
I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm good at being able to tell when someone's lying.
Is that why you don't like Kadaj?
Well, I guess. The problem with him, though, is that I couldn't tell whether he was acting or not. In my opinion, that's worse. Now, stop changing the subject. What's really wrong?
I clasp my hands together in front of me and continue to walk down the path at a slow pace. My thoughts have been going to dark places recently, even when I sleep. I've been trying to push them out, but they keep resurfacing.
What are these thoughts about?
Well, so much has happened recently. A lot of it happened while I was out, so it feels like it's all just happening too fast for me to take it in. By the time I had woken up after being knocked out for so long, the survivors had already left for Aaron. I don't even know who died. Did I know them? Then my mind starts racing with more thoughts of what happened. I've never really been bothered by something like this before. I fiddle with one of the buttons on my vest as we walk. I don't know why, but death has never really bothered me that much. Sometimes I feel like I'm forcing myself to act shocked or sad. Growing up, people close to me or people I knew would die all the time. I guess that I'm just numb to it, or I was. This time it's different. I feel like I'm not acting like myself. Like there's a part of me that's missing or hidden. With each passing day, the guilt gets worse and worse, and I take a moment to catch my breath. I just miss home, I guess. As childish as that sounds. I throw one of the berries to the side of the path in anger.
That's not childish.
Yes, it is. I know he's right, but it just feels so... I feel so stupid right now. Even if something is right, that doesn't mean I'll feel good about it.
It's completely normal to be homesick. Do you have any family? Someone you love?
Oh boy. No, I'm not married.
Really? 19? I suppose that makes sense. Otherwise, she would have journeyed here with you.
At the old age of 20, you'll be dust soon.
Either way, I figured you would be one of the most desirable bachelors in your kingdom.
I try with all my might not to get too flustered with this comment. That's far from the truth.
Nah, you just refuse to see it. Sure, you may not have a strong family name, but the mystery of your nobility is certainly attractive. I'm sure many ladies pine after you.
I let out a nervous laugh at his attempts at boosting my spirits. Yes, well, if only I desired them as much as they desired me. We kept walking, and after a few seconds he finally takes the hint, doing a double take in my direction. How? Lyle. Wait. Come.
Oh. Oh. Really?
What was your takeaway from the bath scene, Lyle?
Well, now he's probably like, oh my god.
I was gonna comment. I love the kind of. Sometimes I feel like in real life, like it does have to be about that forceful, where it's like you just keep saying like, the ladies that are after you with their bouncing breasticles and their bosoms, just really keep laying into it until they finally go, I'm gay.
Lyle, buddy.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it does feel like a little bit of a retcon.
I shrug, my face visibly hot with blood. Hopefully, usually, the cold doing its best to hide it.
Wasn't your face that was hot with blood in the bath? Heyo!
Okay.
I'm sorry. Sorry, comments.
I hope you don't mind me saying this, but I would have never guessed.
Ow!
You don't look like,
I had to reread the bath scene now. Like, what?
Yeah, it is. No, it is. I feel like they just kind of forgot that happened. It's like, it was very direct.
He puts a paw on my shoulder in a friendly way, smiling as he does. Yeah, most people don't. I want to change the subject, but he beats me to it.
Now, about what happened. You might not like to hear this because it's often the phrase most people use, but they're in a better place now. That was a tragic accident, and you shouldn't blame yourself for it.
I don't blame myself for it. It just terrifies me thinking about it. Death was always a pretty confusing subject for me. Juxtaposing these two conversations about being gay and the dead people might be a little bit of a misstep.
Yeah, we jumped a little bit.
Well, like, the two conversations happening in this, like, it's two topics being mixed together, but it might be a bit of a misstep, because when he then goes about what happened, I feel like a significant number of readers are thinking about the bath. like he feels like he needs to address that. I'm like, oh, right, we were talking about people dying. I forgot. It's quite a thing to combine. I mean, I grew up being taught to feel a certain way about something, and then after a while I become numb to it. Even if it's in my nature to feel that way. And then when those feelings really do take over, my entire mind just shuts down. You know what I mean?
I can imagine what that might feel like.
He runs his paw through his neck fluff again. Thanks for listening. But if it's okay with you, I'd rather not talk about it anymore.
Sure.
We step off of the path and stroll over to the pond underneath the fruit tree. I sit down in the grass and Lyle walks up to the tree. He picks 2 ripe fruits from the branches and walks back over to where I'm sitting. He throws me a fruit, which I catch clumsily. Its skin is a bit tough, and the hole where the stem was is dripping with the sticky substance. It's gotten all over my right hand, but I ignore it. He takes a seat on the tree stump in front of me, with an understanding smile on his face.
Raynar can keep his weird chair. This is my throne. Just puts his egg on that.
He then takes a large bite out of the bottom of the fruit, getting juice all over his mouth in the process. Goof.
Puppy.
Goofy.
You guys aren't ready for where this is going. Oh my god, the CG. I love it.
Oh, believe me, I've seen the CG. How could I not?
I think I saw updates about it because it was being remastered. I don't remember if this is the old one or the new one.
This is the old one.
There was like an art comparison.
Let me see if I can find it.
So,
Yes.
you prefer the company of men, right?
Oh, so that's what you got out of that little chat we just had. Yeah, when you explained it. I jab at his leg with my foot.
Hey, you were the one who said you didn't want to talk about the avalanche anymore. Can you blame me for being curious?
I fold my hands on my lap and then look down at the pond water. I guess I can't blame you. Sorry. I usually have a habit of dropping that information suddenly without warning. I'm not too open about it, but I also don't try to hide it.
And you most likely won't have to. People in Lyre are perfectly fine with something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I've just never really been interested in women. ... Gears turning.
And that's the face of like, am I?
The glittering.
Couple of fruits with our fruits out here in the garden.
He's glittering, but also the fruit appears to be glittering. In his hands, I'm seeing.
Yeah, we've got that Steven Universe background touch.
Yeah. It's funny because I thought that the since they were together and the guards like said something and laughed, and then they were really quiet and everything. I kind of thought that the guards were making fun of Lyle for being gay.
Oh.
It sure seemed to be the implication.
Yeah, that's like the first reaction I have to that scene, and then I'm like, wait, everyone's fine with people being gay here? Are they?
Neither am I.
He shovels his feet on the ground and looks at the fruit in his paws. Wait, really?
Yeah. I mean, growing up, I thought I liked girls. I guess I just assumed I was supposed to. Fooled myself into thinking the feelings I had were right and that this was how it was supposed to be.
You ever wonder if we're just going for girls because we're supposed to?
What in the Joey Wheeler?
No, it's Fry's grandpa from Futurama.
But as I got older, I started to go into the southern voice. But as I got older, I realized I felt more comfortable around men.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Can't believe this is happening. I'm really happy to hear this, but also super nervous. Does he think I'm trying to make a move on him? Is he making a move on me? Also, I'm supposed to not think he was making a move on me in the path? Is that why he's telling me? My mind spirals out of control for a brief moment, but it feels like forever.
It's been a problem for me in the past, but it doesn't bother me that much anymore.
Yeah, I try not to let it bother me either. There's a long pause. It seems like the both of us don't know whether to continue on this topic or change the subject. I held up the fruit he gave me. What is... I built out a nervous cough. What is this?
Oh, it's a dragon apricot. They're really sweet and they have a lot of juice in them.
Yeah, I can tell. I point to his muzzle, which confuses him for a second. He goes to lick it off, but completely misses. What? Oh, it's all over.
Baby.
He's a mess. He then sticks out his tongue at me.
They turn your tongue orange.
Oh.
My God.
I didn't realize that was the context. That's so cute.
No, it's very... He's sparkling with just all the emotions under the very gay rainbow. It's wonderful.
Dog. I chuckle at his silly display and he laughs too. He's clearly pleased that something so silly can amuse me. I take a bite into the fruit and it bursts with flavor in my mouth. I don't really enjoy the texture that much, but its pros outweigh the cons. I have to catch myself and make sure the juice doesn't dribble down my chin. This is really good.
Yeah, just watch out for the pit in the middle.
I look down and sure enough, there's a pit exposed from my bite. It's a deep and vibrant brown. As I stare at the pit in the center of the fruit, I realize how happy I feel right now. To be able to just sit here and eat fruit with Lyle. As the birds chirp and the breeze grazes my skin, I feel so relaxed. We continue to eat and talk as the sun slowly sets over the mountains. After a while, we head inside the castle and make our way back out to back to my room. I have a question for you.
Ask away. Top or bottom?
That'll be a choice. Why aren't you wearing your armor?
Oh. Today is my 23rd birthday.
Oh, we spent his birthday with him.
Good cover, Lyle. Just gotta commit to this lie for the rest of your life.
I get the day off. Which is great because last year my birthday fell on a day when I already had the day off.
I feel like if you're having the day off, you should tell the person that you're guarding that it's your day off.
He spent his day with us regardless. That's so he didn't have to. That's so cute.
Well, there is the cute side of like that's obviously is why he was asking you earlier on. Like, can we do something together? Do you wanna hang out?
Aww.
There's a little like I don't know why it had to be a secret necessarily.
My present for my birthday is you. Why didn't you tell me it was your birthday?
Because it's not really that important to me.
I just, celebrate it.
And I wanted to spend the day with you without it being too extra. It's better that way.
I wouldn't have spent all morning doing work if I knew it was your birthday.
Victor, honestly, it's fine.
We've known each other for 6 days.
I enjoyed being able to relax. Plus, that armor is a real pain in the ass.
He rolls his shoulders back and smiles. Getting on the topic of Lyle's armor makes me remember those guards we saw outside the throne room. Lyle?
Yes, Richter?
You remember those 2 guards whispering about us in the hallway? He takes a moment to answer.
Yes.
What do you think they were talking about?
Richter, I think they were talking about me. They think that I'm your lackey or something.
He looks down at the ground with a frown. But you're not. You were just assigned to be my guard.
It's a bit confusing, though, don't you think? The captain of the Royal Guard was assigned to guard an ambassador when he should be guarding the king. Raynar appointed me as captain for certain reasons that he feels he doesn't really need to justify. And the other guards are confused by it.
Well, what do you think? He picks a leaf off of one of the vines and examines it.
I trust our king's judgment. He's very wise and has plenty of experience. I believe that he chose me for a reason. My ability to command, my mentality, my youth, whatever it may be. And he assigned me to you because... well, I don't know. But there are other guards with much more experience who can protect the king and the prince. And I like being your guard.
He looks down at me with a smile. I like it too. I think whoever wanted to come after Raynar would honestly be the one needing protection. He is huge.
True, he is a big man. But he's not a fighter. More of a gentle giant.
Still, I wouldn't want to pick a fight with him. He would bear hug me to death.
Now that I could see happening.
Pop the human. We arrive at the door to my room and Lyle opens it for me, stepping off to the side.
Victor,
Yes?
I know that you're pretty open about it, but I won't tell anyone about what we talked about earlier.
Oh.
Thanks. I don't really care either way, though.
Okay, just, can you promise me something?
Sure.
Please don't tell anyone about my attractions.
Of course.
Thank you.
I'm starting to doubt the part where nobody has a problem with it.
That is, yeah, it's real. Mixed signals.
Earlier he said that he struggled with it, and now he's saying, don't tell anyone. I'm like, that seems like it matters. I step inside and lean against the doorway. Good night, Lyle.
Good night.
He takes off down the hall at a slow pace. As he walks down the hall, I hear him yell back to me.
Don't forget to lock the door.
I yell back at him. I know. Happy birthday.
Oh.
He turns around, ears red, giving a shy smile.
Thanks.
He walks off with his tail wagging. I close the door behind me, lock it, and take off my clothes. The blankets on my bed are nice and warm due to the natural heat. I slowly drift off to sleep, thinking about Lyle. Trying to think about the logistics. I feel like the room's heated by springs, but I thought they said the floor was cold.
They are a little. They jump back and forth between that a lot because
Yeah.
he talks about going out and like the air is so cold it like feels like it's going to freeze my face off, but then also the floors are like the air is supposedly warm at certain periods. I remember at the very start it seemed like to
the
me
floor
in
was
an area
cold.
that's got fjords, it's like the floor is cold. Probably the whole room is. Lyle says like it's fucking cold in here, Leaf. Like get us some clothes.
Yeah, it goes back and forth relatively rapidly. I get why it'd be cold outside or in the hallways or whatever, because these dumbasses have a bunch of windows everywhere. I bet they're not even like double sealed or whatever. That seems like a mistake for a winter castle. But yeah, specifically, there's a burst of warmth when he walks into his room, and I'm like, I feel like it being described as cold is like the first description in the game. Day 18, damn. It's 12 days later. Or like we went from being less than a week into being almost 3 weeks in. Alrighty then.
It's as a direct comparison to Adastrite, it's like that's something I hear brought up a lot. Is like Marco and Amicus get way too close, way too quickly, and there's some jumps of time in there. It's always like a little ambiguous, but I think that's what Lyre is kind of trying to like cut off at the pass. It's like it's been 3 weeks. They kind of know each other.
Trying to convey some amount of time passing. Oh, they still get interested in each other extremely quickly, and then you're like, wait,
literally the first.
And then with how interested they are in each other, you're like, wait, neither of them knew the other one was gay. I thought that was like half this conversation.
Right.
Romances are hard. I don't know how anyone writes things. Art is hard and no one should do it. The end. There we go. I think that's going to be it for this week. Because, hey, hello, Lyle. I've deleted a second Lyle.
You're slowly erasing him.
We have so many Lyles to overwrite. Yeah, that's a clean transition for today. All right, you guys have any thoughts on this?
I like when characters are allowed to talk to each other. I feel like that doesn't happen often enough.
Hang out and chat.
Yeah, we're very much at that part in the story where it's just still like less time was spent like setting up lore, I feel like, in this session, and a lot more time just setting up character motivations and personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As we go from one character to having like 6. I didn't count them before saying that. Don't try to justify that number. Because before this, all we had was Lyle and kind of the little scientist guy, the little medic guy who came and went. But here we had to like set up like essentially like the players. That little shit. And then the bigger shit.
He is quite little and shitty. To me, he always gave me more the Louis vibes, but I haven't watched all of Beastars. But between the two, I assign little shit behavior. Like he's the one who wants to take over the Yakuza.
Looking for a fight. Alrighty, see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.